You've got the Beatles, but you don't have John Lennon, right? You've got Led Zeppelin, but you don't have Bonzo. You've got Pink Floyd, but you don't have Richard Wright or Sid Barrett. You've got Queen, but you don't have Freddie Mercury, right? You have Deep Purple, but you don't have John Lord. You've got a ton of bands out there, legendary, that even if they got back together with 2 out of 4 members, the crowds are salivating for this so much that they could pretty much name their price, especially when we're talking about the bands and the level of bands that I just got through talking about. We have, yes, there's no Chris Squire, there's no Alan White. And yet, the more I thought about this, and when Royce and I first heard this, we didn't know if this was going to be a tour, because remember, Royce, Ozzy kept flip-flopping back and forth, you know? I want a tour. Sharon goes, no, you can't, you know? But I want a show with several shows for a couple of nights. No, you can't. And finally, one show, which is, it looks like this is going to be it. But how many bands of this stature can claim? This is why I wasn't going to pay to see it online. I was going to wait for the movie. You know, there's going to be a movie out, right? Or a film on this. And the more I thought about it, I go, no, to see him live, you know, probably 5 minutes off, you know, or 5 seconds off. And it's the closest. I never got to see Black Sabbath. Follow me on over here for a second, folks. Go to my post page, and I just did a poll. 857 of you voted on it. All right. So not one of my largest polls, but not a small one. I've done polls with 300-400 respondees. So this is getting up there. Anything that's starting to touch 1,000 is a significant poll. And you get a good curve after 850 plus people, right? Here's the question I pose to you. How interested are you in Black Sabbath's upcoming Back to the Beginning reunion show? I'll be there to see The Price of Darkness. It was supposed to be The Prince of Darkness. Sorry about that, guys. I'll be there to see The Prince of Darkness live, baby. Or you had the choice. I've already bought my pay-per-view ticket. I can't wait. Or I'm interested in the cheaper ticket. They can keep the T-shirt. You know, you can get the ticket for about $30, right? Or you can go, what is it, 60, 65, close to 70. But you get, it's the same ticket, but you get a T-shirt, right? And a couple of you already told me you were going to get it. So that was an option. Or the final one, the band is dead with their best days behind them. Retire, Ozzy. In last place was, I'll be there to see The Price of Darkness live, baby. So 4% of you, that's 4 out of every 100. So you've got 4 times 8, 32. So about 35 of you. Now, in second to last place was, I've already bought my pay-per-view ticket. I can't wait, right? 5% of you. So what? That's nudging up 37 to 40-ish people. 9% of you voted, I'm interested in the cheaper ticket. They can keep the T-shirt. I was one of those, right? So a total of 18% of you registered here, probably closer to 9% because the next one is 81. So I would say 19% of you are interested in this. My viewers are interested in this. 81% of you say the band is dead with their best days behind them. Retire, Ozzy. And this, to me, if they do this right, could be Black Sabbath's version of Celebration Day. So keep that in mind. I think it's the ideal concert. It's a no-lose scenario. If he shows up, it's your last chance to see him live, or as live as and up front as you're ever going to get the chance to see mega monsters of Class C rock perform. Yeah.
Inventors.
There is no doubt by anybody in the universe that this is truly the Black Sabbath.
I have to agree that that Sabbath was more consistently heavy metal on their songs.
Well, they were because of their darker themes that are heavily misunderstood. But that's the one.
That was part of it, yes.
Yeah. Zeppelin could get dark, but then they would be light and love songs and, going to California, because of that big-legged woman. But then with Deep Purple, you would get, good Lord, songs about dragons, hotels burning down. There was there was no theme for Deep Purple. It was a musical theme based on 17th and 18th century classical passages that were supplied by Ritchie Blackmore and John Lord. So they developed along with this. But Black Sabbath had the darker themes that the other two and consistently carried it. And usually when they went lighter, it was often with instrumentals. And even when they went with a vocal lighter approach, there was a forlorning. As a matter of fact, I was just wondering because I would have to say that probably but I haven't listened to it yet. I just got Black Sabbath's, oh, God, Lord. The one before Sabotage was Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. And when that came out, I remember it being my favorite Sabbath album, but I haven't listened to it in quite a few years, really. So, but I've been listening to all, I had the first 4 albums, and I was saying I remember clearly when Master of Reality came out, I was impressed. I go, okay, the production is so much better on this album. And then they did it again almost identically. And some say surpassed it with Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. But these are twin albums, Master and Volume 4, that it is almost impossible to say which is my favorite. And I finally, because they both have perfect light and heavy moments and many light moments between them. And the one song that broke the tie for me, I'm going to vote for, out of these two anyway, Master of Reality as their best album up until Volume 4 at least. And you know what the song was, Dan? Sweet Leaf.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
you got to have Sweet Leaf, because it's such an iconic song, right?
One thing about Black Sabbath, too.
By the title track.
One thing about Black Sabbath, too, if you look back on all their albums, I think almost every one of their albums are like this, at least with Ozzy. There's always one mellow song on every album.
Right,
one.
Right. Going through changes, and I'm going through changes.
Right.
Planet Caravan.